Well, hi everybody. This is Angelo QUINONESsep, and you reach out ministries. Now we're talking about the resurrection of the body. The same body that dies is the same body that's going to be raised, but it's going to be raised immortal. It's going to be raised into an immortal body, as an immortal body, as a glorified body, and as a powerful body. Okay, so it's going to have different characteristics, but it's the same body that's sown. We went through the Greek of that, so you can check out my other three studies. Now, but we're anticipating the witnesses, and it's so-called Jehovah's Witnesses. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to say, well, it says spiritual body in verse 44 of 1 Corinthians chapter 15. So what do you mean that it's the same flesh and bone body? What are you talking about? Well, first of all, Jesus has a body of flesh and bone now. He said, touch and handle. For a spirit does not have flesh and bones as you see me have. And in the same way, and that same Jesus, in the same way, is going to come back. Acts chapter 1, verse 11. So you know he has a body now, whether you like it or not. I know you're not used to it, but we don't care what you're used to. We don't care if you were deceived. We do, but we don't care what they taught you. That's not gospel. This is gospel. This is the truth. You are going to have the same body whether you go to heaven or you go to hell. It doesn't make a difference. Now, if you die as an unbeliever, your body that was sown in corruption, in weakness, and dishonor is going to come out the same way. Us, true Christians, who you're going to bow down to, by the way, okay, and you're going to tell Jesus that he's Yahweh, if you like it or not. I mean, we're going to have an immortal body, a glorified body, and a powerful body, according to all those three descriptions of the body that's raised. Now, we were proving that, we were anticipating that the witnesses are going to use, well, it's a spiritual body. I mean, verse 44. But we brought them over to 1 Corinthians chapter 10, where it says something like this, beginning with verse 3. And all ate the same spiritual food. See, spiritual is still food, though. Verse 4. And all drank the same spiritual drink. Well, it's still drink. They drank from it. You understand? They drank of it. For they were drinking from a spiritual rock, which followed them, and the rock was Christ. So there was a spiritual rock going on here. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? It was a spiritual rock, yet it's a rock. Yeah, it was spiritual. Doesn't mean it was immaterial. You have to understand that. You understand? So just because it's called a spiritual body in verse 44 of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, it doesn't mean, and we saw the Greek, it doesn't mean, you can get back to that study, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have substance. Now, let's prove this from the Old Testament now. Since we substantiated the teaching from the New Testament, well, we can look at illustrations from the Old. Let's look at those. Let's go to Job, or Job, if you will. Okay, let's go to Job. And let's pick out verse 19. Okay, let's see right here. Is that what I'm saying? And let's go to around verse 25. And then we're going to look at the Hebrew. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Let's look at the both. But we have to substantiate it by the Hebrew. Just because the English has it doesn't mean that is there. But let's look at it. Okay, now let me see. There I put verse 15, but that's okay. Okay, so right about there. Okay, good. Now it says over here, as for me, says Job, I know that my Redeemer lives. And at last, he will take his, stand on the earth. Oh, that Mount of Olives thing. Now, verse 26. Even after my skin, the Hebrew word is or, we're going to see that. Even though, it says over here, even after my skin is destroyed, you see, decay. We saw that, it is sown, speditai, in decay, you see. It says, even after my skin is destroyed, yet from my flesh. Wait a minute, he just said that the skin is destroyed. What flesh is he talking about? The skin is destroyed, he says over here, though. It's destroyed. That usually happens when you're in the grave. But that's not the end-all, be-all. Yet, okay, from my flesh I shall see God. Look at that. And it goes on to say in verse 27, who I myself shall behold, and whom my eyes will see, and not another. Okay? Just all there is to it. This is astonishing stuff over here. It says that his skin is going to be destroyed. Now let's read it again. Okay, all right. It says over here in verse 26, even after my skin is destroyed. So there's nothing left. There's dust. The dust, yeah, the dust you shall return, right? So that's the end of it all, right? No, that's not the end. It's the end for the witnesses. Feel sorry for them. They're not going to see their daddy and mommy again. They're not going to see their brothers and sisters again. They're not going to see their children again. They ain't going to have nothing. They have no hope. Unless they were Christians, they're their brothers and their sisters and their family, and they become one themselves. If they don't, they're going to hell, and they're not going to see anybody yet again in the same condition. They might see them, but I mean, they're not going to be. There's not going to be, anything going on, like going into your camper and stuff like that, the trailer, and turning on the car and going where you want to go. Another should take you where you do not wish, you see, to the place of doom. It says, even after my skin is destroyed. Okay, so that's the end of it. There's no more skin. But Job goes on to say, yet from my flesh. And I'll look at the Hebrew in a second. I know the Hebrew word. I want to keep you in suspense. You understand what I'm saying? It sounds like the word for create, but it's not. It's different spelling. I'll just give you that clue. My flesh, and yet in my flesh I shall see God. But wait a minute. He said that the skin is destroyed, and then in his flesh you see God? Wait a minute. Yet in my spirit I shall see God. Does it say that? It's shit! Doesn't say it. Even after my skin is destroyed, yet from my flesh. What do you mean from my flesh? Oh, it's the same flesh he was talking about. He's talking about the skin. It's the same thing, the flesh. Nearer than a child of a baby. It's flesh. Okay. Let's look at the Hebrew. That's substantiated by the Hebrew. You understand what I mean? I mean, the NASB. I trust the NASB. So, I do. Great translation. But let's look at the Hebrew anyway. Let's look at it. Let's look at Job. Okay, let's check it out. That's Genesis right there. So let's go to Job or Job, or, no matter how you pronounce it, it's the same thing. Okay, it's that. Let's go to Job. Okay, and let's poke the bear over here. Let's go to chapter 19. And let's go to verse 25. Okay. Okay, here. Let's poke the bear, and let's poke it. Okay, understand? All right, so let's go. Remember that you read Hebrew from right to left, never from left to right, except when you're involved in syllabification. Okay? Unless they have it like that they're going from, that they wrote it like that from left to right. You have some kind of a, book that's doing that. That's another thing. For I. Now it has va over here for, and then I is ani. Okay, I'm all the way to the top right. Now I'm going to the left. Ani is spelled out alpha. Okay, I'm an alpha. Aleph with chatef pethach. That's an A class. Just pronounce it as a. And then you have nun, and that's an N. And with a little tiny dot underneath it. Okay, I'm right below the, not really below the 5, but just, above the F, if you will. There's a little tiny dot underneath the consonant there. That's an I class. Don't make Hebrew so hard. Okay, the I class is just the herek is this dot is called herek. It's just an I class. And then you have a vowel, a consonant acting like a vowel, okay, right to the left of the N. And so, when that happens, it's just E. So ani, okay, ani. Ba'ani, okay, for I. No. Now, the word for no is yada, okay, yadat, okay, yadati. Let me see something for a second. Yadati, and the T is not it's not duplicating it though. It's not a reduplication of the T, but yadati. Yadati. Spelled out a yod with the kamets. Okay, so that's an A class. It looks like a little T. And right underneath the 5 in 3045. And then so that's Ya. Don't make it so difficult. Ya. Okay, so that's a yod, and that's the Y. And then you have an A class that looks like a little T. That's an A class. Kamets. So Ya. And then you have the second syllable, okay, Da. Okay, which is, or Da. I mean, there's a difference between that. It's not now. And you have a Dalet, which is, it looks like a 7, but it's a D. Okay, and then you have a little line, that's an A class. But it says a, this sound like in hat. There is no distinction in modern Hebrew. Okay? So, and then you have, the silent ayin, and then in a schwa, so that's just one syllable, da. Okay? The ayin is silent. There's a schwa underneath it. Okay? And then so, yada, and then ti is tau with the hardening dogish. And then you have the, what do you call it? You have the Hirek I class with one dot, okay, underneath it, so that's T. And then you have a Yod after that, so it's really T. Okay, Yadati, Yadati, Yadati. And so the thing is, it says no. Okay, maybe the word Yoda from Star Wars comes from this. I don't know. It probably does. Now, where I know, it says over here, okay, that is not here in the upcoming word. My Redeemer. Again, and the E is my. It's possessive. My. You understand what I'm saying? But let's just look at this. It says over here, okay, go it says go Ali. Okay? Go Ali. And say go Ali is my Redeemer. Okay? Go is what is this? Gamma. Not gamma, Gimel. Okay, the gamma is the Greek G, but this is Gimel. This is a G and it has an O class. So it's go. And then you have the Aleph and Hatef Pathach, and that's A. Okay, so you have go, and then the second syllable is A. Okay, and then you have Li. Go Ali. And then the Li, you have a Lamet right in at the bottom of the 1 of 1350 on the top. And then you have an I class. The I class again, Hidek, 1 dot is an I class. So it's Li, and then you have the Yod, making it Li, making it like an EE sound. Okay, so go Ali. Okay, my Redeemer. What? Lives. And it says, okay, Cha. Lives. Okay, spelled out Chet with the Kametz and then Yod. And then it says, and at the last, okay, and at the last, on, and that's Al, okay, Al, the earth, it says over here, okay, Afar, okay, the earth, and then it says, it goes on to say, and he shall stand, okay, and he shall stand, Yakum, okay, Yakum, and then it doesn't have that thing right now, but I have to go to where it says skin. That's in the next verse, okay. I have a couple of minutes left over here. Then it says, let me get rid of that over there. And then it says, and after, okay, va for and then achar for after, achar, okay, for after, my skin, and that's ori, actually. It's possessive. It's my skin, he says. Ori, the E is pointing out possession. Okay? My skin. Okay, you understand what I mean? Ori, spelled out ayin, and then you have the vav with the O class, okay, so that's O, and then you have the resh, which is an R, right underneath the 5 there, pointing the other way, with the I class, the Herek I class dot underneath it, and then you have the Yod after that, completing sort of the deal of the pronunciation. Ri, Ori, my skin, yet is destroyed, okay, and then it's Nik, Pu, okay, Nikpu, destroyed, Nikpu, spelled out noon with the, let me see, I don't have any time, guys. I don't think so. Angelo Quinones giving the glory to the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. Thank you.